Welcome, old soul. Why do you feel so anxious, so afraid, so concerned about what tomorrow is going to bring? I am a student of the idea that today the sun rose and then it fell. Tomorrow it will rise and then it falls. There's not much you can do to stop that motion. That thinking, planning, all the things that you physically can do will not stop you from passing away from this mortal coil. And I know that words are power. And I know that things that you say to yourself have a great effect on your mood and your life. But I've always been annoyed by the idea that don't say that. Your words have power. Because it implies that by you worrying about something, you cause it to happen. That there are no rules to this world. And something said casually and not with the thought or meaning can manifest and cause harm to you. There are rules. There are things that if you say in a certain way and behave in a certain way will affect your life. Because it's the belief behind it that causes it. I really truly believe that because of the way that society has been structured, the power that is innately ours, the power that we have just because we're human beings, because we have a mind, spirit, and a body, has been co-opted. We are told that the government is so powerful and that the corporation is so much richer with so many resources than we do. And that there's a group of people somewhere who believes this and believes that, and if you speak up and if you act contrary to the known belief of the world, you're going to be destroyed by it. And that makes us anxious, that makes us worried. Am I going to get that job? Am I going to have that relationship? Will I be fired? Will I have money to pay rent? Will I be able to pay the insurance and the registration on the car? Will I make enough money to pay for my medical so that I can keep my health in check? All of these things are a product of the society that we have been born into and have accepted and have encouraged. And there are a lot of good things that have come out of this arrangement. But anxiety, stress, fear, and a gigantic loss of freedom is... I lost my... it's gone. Is a gigantic loss of freedom. A loss of who you are and where you're supposed to be is a byproduct of this as well. There is a cost for certain benefits, as you want to call it. I was watching a YouTube video, like a short, and I don't know the provenance, but basically it had this guy saying, so basically you're telling me that you're selling me electricity, and also you're renting all the appliances that would use the electricity. And the guy was like, yeah, it's great, you're going to have convenience, you're going to have all these benefits. And he said, yeah, why do I need that? Like, I don't need the convenience. There's a cost to it. You know, I'm going to have to spend all of my time working to pay for the use of this electricity. I'm against the electricity. But all the conveniences, all of the things that the cars and the ACs and all these different things are conveniences that trap us in this world where we need to work ourselves to death in order to make the money, to have the convenience, to have the necessities, to have this easy life. When I heard something or read something where the people of the past who were peasants, who were basically slaves, only worked a certain amount of time for the entire year to get the crops, to pay their thing, and the rest of the time it was free. We, on the other hand, because of convenience, because of necessities that come to us at a beck and a call and the pushing of a button, are trapped, working forever, being anxious and being afraid of what the future will bring. And I'm not saying before this it was easy. Yeah, if your crops failed, you die. If there was a natural disaster, you didn't have any way to protect yourself. You wouldn't even know it was coming. You would just be dead. There are benefits, and then there are negatives, right? You weigh them. Why can't we have a happy medium where we have some of the benefits, some of the necessities, but we are still in tune with nature, in tune with our souls, and we are actively trying to be a positive part of society? Like, why can't we be in tune with our bodies and our souls while at the same time consuming a program or going on a trip or flying on a plane? I don't understand why that was a trade-off. My argument is the anxiousness you feel is an illusion. On the one hand, they've told you with the power of mass media, with the power of technology, with the power of being able to speak to someone across the world, that somehow everything you do will either help or destroy the society around you, and you're trapped in that idea that you have to maintain some identity that's quantifiable. But on the other hand, you're powerless and you can't make your own food and you can't live off the grid and you have to pay this tax and you have to conform to this kind of things. And so you're dually trapped. You have all this power to influence yourself, and it's your fault that you're in all these different situations. But at the same time, you have no power. And anything you do can destroy everything around you. What kind of pressure and anxiety have they placed upon us? The truth is, we have a lot of spiritual power, a lot of animalistic, charismatic power within ourselves to influence the world around us. But we do not have the power to destroy the world around us. One eccentric person will not destroy society. It may help shape it. It may change it for a time. But societies are built upon people making decisions moment to moment. What decision are you willing to make? Where do you want to see society? On the one hand, that small step, that small vote, that small choice to say no, I will not conform, will cause a ripple. But the ripple will only affect other waves. Other people are causing ripples, and they'll create a bigger ripple. But there are going to be NPCs. There are going to be people who like to be under slavery. Not everyone wants to be free. So I want you to be as expansive, as authentic, as original, as unique as you possibly can be. And I want you to realize that you are not on a wheel and you have to run faster to catch up. You can step off the wheel. You could walk at your own pace. You can be calm. You can be your own person. And who gives a fuck about the rest of the world and what they're going to do? What society, what universe do you want to live in? Make up your mind, manifest it, and live a virtuous life. Peace.